the aircraft, boys and girls. It's coming from the leg of the parachuters that's dangling off the back of that ramp. And there they go. So each of those parachuters has a smoke canister attached to their legs. That's not particularly tactical, I can hear you say, big bright orange smoke. No, that's for the display today, and so you can see them. They're a real tight little group there, and shortly they will be breaking away from each other and tracking to give themselves space to deploy their parachutes. And they're doing that at 4,000 feet. There they go.
How fast are they travelling, Kate?
About 200 kilometres per hour at that point, sir. Thank you for the question. Okay, so they've all tracked away from each other. That's because you don't want to deploy your chute when you're in close proximity to another jumper. It's actually quite a vigorous movement on your body when your drone chute takes out the full canopy. But it's good to see 8 full canopies out there. That's what we want. 6 of them are continuing with that smoke, and they are going to join up in what we call the stack for the display. And then the other 2 will be flying a flag and an ensign at the rear. Now, we change the systems that we use quite regularly. You can see that there are 2 light blue and 4 navy blue canopies there. And that's to do with the size of the canopy. It really depends on the weight of the jumper and their expertise as to what size canopy they use. Today the team are jumping a Javelin harness system and a Sabre 2 main canopy. So you can see the guy at the bottom is leading that stack. He's going to complete a couple of turns to enable everyone to come in there on top of him. They're going to want to keep their smoke canisters away from the canopy beneath them because they're jolly hot and they don't want to be burning a hole in it. And up above them you can see the RNZF ensign and the New Zealand flag being proudly flown there. Have you ever done this one, sir?
I have jumped out of the back once. I prefer normally to sit in the front seat with the controls in front of me.
As long as we can choose to jump and we're not pushed, then...
Exactly.
Okay, so the guys are going to complete some turns now. They are positioning themselves to come in and land out the front. During that time, the lead in the stack will be assessing the wind. They'll be looking for any obstacles out on the ground. Thankfully, we have a nice big airfield in front of us, so not too many obstacles for their landing. But they do need to land that parachute into wind. And the reason for that is that these are ram air parachutes. They're 2 layers of very silky fabric that are not porous. They don't allow the air to go through them. And so the air between those 2 layers makes that canopy act like an aircraft's wing. And that means that you can fly it and steer it just like an aircraft wing.
And when these jumpers aren't displaying in front of us, their primary purpose is to teach the special forces who have a parachute insertion capability. By day or by night, so they're extremely busy supporting our New Zealand Army.
Okay, coming in for the final landing pattern now. We have leading the display is Sergeant Joss Stone, and following him in the stack, Sergeant Blair Patterson, Dougie King, Thorne Davids, Ness King, and Janelle Webb. Please give them a massive round of applause as they come in to land right in front of you. Oh, nice.